Hello, everyone, and welcome to Why BricsCAD V24 Why Now? I'm Julie Kavarian, and I'll be doing most of the presentation. So with that, let's get started. I'll do a few introductions, and then we will turn our cameras off. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, welcome again. I'll be doing most of today's presentation. This is our agenda. We'll have some quick introductions and then talk a little bit about who is Bricsys, what is BricsCAD, and then we'll move into the main points of today's presentation. Why you should switch to or upgrade to BricsCAD V24, and I'll show you some of those new and exciting features in V24 Pro. Then we'll have a look at what is required for a successful migration to BricsCAD. After that, Gary Regal will share why now is the best time to buy or upgrade to BricsCAD V24. And we'll wrap up with where you can find more information and any questions you might have about migrating. So first with me today, we have Gary Regal, the Partner Sales Director of North America, and Craig Swearingen, one of the Bricsys implementation specialists. Now, there will be at the end a formal time for questions, but if you do have any questions during the webinar, please post them into the chat window. Craig is standing by to answer those questions. Thank you, Craig. And I'd also like to thank Craig for his expertise and assistance, especially on the migration portion of this webinar. So with that, I'm going to turn our cameras off. And let's go ahead and get started. So what is Bricsys? Who is Bricsys? What is BricsCAD? Well, to start with, Bricsys is the company and BricsCAD is the product. And Bricsys has been building professional design engineering software for over 20 years. We have a global customer base spread across Europe, the Americas, and Asia. And we're part of Hexagon AB. Hexagon is a very large, publicly traded hardware and software technology group that's based in Stockholm, Sweden. So we have the power of Hexagon backing us as we further develop BricsCAD. And what is BricsCAD? Well, it is a professional DWG-based CAD platform without compromise. So it's a single platform for both 2D, 3D, all based on the native DWG file format. And that's important because you can start in 2D, and then if and when you want to move to 3D, you can do that very easily because it's a single platform. And that means all your tools are the same, your files are the same. So it's a great way to work. Now, BricsCAD is an alternative to AutoCAD. So we have a very familiar UI, which also makes it easy to learn. Your current customization, such as your printer setups, toolbars, templates, blocks, layers, all of that can come right over to BricsCAD. And that also goes for your auto list routines. So if you have those come over usually with little or no modifications. All of this means that BricsCAD is easy to learn and use without a steep learning curve. And we still believe that the DWG drawing platform is an extensible platform. And although many people initially evaluate BricsCAD as a replacement for that other software, once they start using BricsCAD, and especially once they become familiar with our machine learning and AI productivity tools, that's where they see a lot of productivity gains. And like other companies, we've embraced areas of AI to increase your productivity. So we'll see some of that today as well. Also, licensing structure is very flexible because we still offer network and perpetual and subscription license options. So you can choose one or mix and match them all to meet your needs. So that's a little bit about who is Bricsys and what is BricsCAD. Who uses BricsCAD? These are just a few of our customers, large and small. You see that they range in all areas of industry, including engineering, construction, design, manufacturing, architecture. Pretty much anybody who needs to use CAD can use BricsCAD. There are 5 BricsCAD editions. Light for 2D work. Pro includes everything in Light and adds 3D functionality as well as a civil tool set. We also have a BIM and a mechanical product, as well as Ultimate, which includes everything. Now, BricsCAD V24 has been designed to accelerate your time to your deliverables with tools that you will not find anywhere else. Today's presentation is focused on BricsCAD Pro, with a little bit of survey put in there as well. So let's get started with the first part of our webinar, why Bricsys V24. V24 includes a mix of new and improved tools based on feedback from you, our customers. The UI team at Bricsys conducted a lot of hours of user testing and user interviews to learn what you, our users, like about BricsCAD, and also where you see room for improvement to make BricsCAD even easier to use, to learn, and to adopt. Now, this resulted in several things. One being a new start page and an updated ribbon, along with improvements to existing tools and the introduction of new tools as well. So let's take a look at some of those. Now, the new start page offers an easy to select template view. This list here is the most recently used templates. If you don't see the template you need, you can click More for the list of available template files. You can select one here and start a new drawing, or browse to the default template path folder. We've also added the ability to create and open sheet sets right from the start page. The list of recent files can be shown in the traditional grid or also the new table view. We've added the option to pin those recently used files so that they remain at the top of your file list. And we wanted to make it easier to adopt new and unique to BricsCAD tools and features. So with 24, we've introduced our first set of hands-on tutorials to help you learn about these features. Answer a couple of questions and you'll get the guidance you need. Select a tutorial, and if there's an accompanying drawing, it's automatically loaded for you. So you can watch the video, read the instructions, or try the steps yourselves with that provided drawing file. We've also updated the ribbon. Now, you might remember that in V23, we had a beta ribbon to try. Now that ribbon's out of beta and ready for your use. The simplified look includes more space between the icons. And if you don't know where a command is located on the ribbon, just start to type the name in the search bar. Only the matching search results are highlighted on the ribbon across all the tabs, including Express Tools. So it's never been easier to find that ribbon command. And sheet sets. We've completely revamped the BricsCAD Sheet Set Manager panel, including new multi-user access to DST files. There is a new Model View tab to access model views from any drawing and paste them into a layout. Quick and easy. V24 introduces the ability to publish directly from the sheet set. In this example, that means publishing a PDF set with bookmarks to hyperlink to the individual sheets in the PDF file. And another user request was the ability to output standard raster file types with control over size and DPI. So in V24, this is directly available in the print and publish dialogues. So as you can see, we can quickly generate raster file output for whatever type of documentation needs you have. Copy cells in a spreadsheet directly in BricsCAD, dimension multiple entities in a single click, and an improved trim and extend command are just a few of those new and improved tools in BricsCAD V24. Here's a look at them in action. Now, this is a table that was imported from Microsoft Excel, and we can clearly see we missed a number 8. With the new Smart Cell Copy for Tables, It's easier to modify and edit the table by adding or removing rows, as well as copying data between columns and rows in that table. Now, these types of functional enhancements make it that much easier and quicker for you to produce the documents you need to deliver in order to get your work done and to get paid. In V24, the trim and extend commands automatically highlight geometry to show you what options look like. It's that easy. And once you've completed the geometry modifications, you can invoke the new QDIMs. Select the entities you want to annotate, and it's done in a single click. Now, these dimensions are also easily modified, so you can have them meet your standards and placement requirements for your individual drawings. Another new tool introduced is the Anno Monitor System variable. This system variable adds a small glyph that shows associative dimensions that have lost their connection to the geometry that define them. So whenever you see that little yellow flag, you'll know that the dimension and the geometry are out of sync. Now, this can be modified, either the geometry or the dimension strings, so that they are correctly shown and in sync once again. Did you know that you can use your existing dynamic blocks created in that other program right within BricsCAD? Well, yes, you can. Although they're not directly editable in BricsCAD, the Bricsys development team continues to improve the convertibility of dynamic blocks to parametric blocks. To that end, we've renamed the parametric block assist tool to just block convert, which makes a lot more sense. Now, the next video shows how this works in the context of a retail store. Here is a series of dynamic blocks created, well, you know where. While these blocks worked perfectly in BricsCAD and they can be used in all their different iterations, they cannot be edited in BricsCAD. And that's why we created Block Convert and why we've consistently enhanced and refined Block Convert to accept dynamic blocks, then immediately convert them into parametric blocks so that you can edit them inside of BricsCAD with the block editor. Now here, you can change the visibility states, cycle through all of the available parametric actions, and also add or remove those parametric actions as needed. Another much requested feature is the Quick Calculator panel, or Quick Calc. The new Quick Calc panel makes it simple to perform math calculations directly inside of BricsCAD. Here's a rectangle. Maybe it represents a parcel, say, on a survey. Now, the Properties panel shows the area of that P-line or parcel in square feet, but the area needs to be measured in acres. So how do we convert square feet to acres? One of the many functions of the calculator panel is unit conversion. So choose the unit type, which is area, and then the units we have, square feet, and the units we want, acres. It's that simple. Now we have the area of the parcel in acres. We can easily copy that number from the Quick Calc panel into our mText. Now, the traditional calculator features are included in the main panel, as well as scientific functions and variable expressions below. You can use the sample variables or define your own. Drawing Health was introduced in V23, and it too has been enhanced in V24 because no matter what CAD program is used, drawings get messy. They get sluggish, they're bloated, they have duplicate and unused entities. So with BricsCAD, we have a unique set of drawing optimization tools. Some of them are old favorites like Purge and Audit. Others more recent and leverage the power of artificial intelligence. Tools like Simplify, Blockify, and more. Now, Drawing Health combines the functionality of these multiple standalone commands managed through a single dialog box to improve the overall drawing health, which is also going to improve overall drawing size and accuracy. Now, you can use any of the default routines, or you can create your own combination of tasks to share with your colleagues. This drawing is from a terrain surveying company. Now, before doing any editing work, I want to assess and improve the quality of the drawing. First, we can see that the drawing contains thousands of entities placed on multiple layers. It also contains some overly detailed geometry. For example, this polyline that has over 16,000 vertices. So this drawing is a perfect candidate to apply some optimizations to improve its overall drawing health. Now, if you're already familiar with drawing health, you're going to notice here that we've revamped the user interface just a bit. The drawing health tasks now contain the name of the corresponding drawing optimization tool. And the routine creation and management has also been simplified. So now it's easier to edit one of the out-of-the-box routines, for example. And the routine manager allows you to quickly edit an existing routine. You can rename it or duplicate it. Maybe you can quickly make a slight variation on it. You can also export it maybe to send to a colleague. And of course, you can delete that existing routine. Now let's create a new routine by adding only the tasks that we want. And you'll notice that settings and options seen here in the drawing health are the same settings and options in the standalone commands. And yes, overkill is now included as a task in drawing health. Here's our routine. First, purge has identified unused blocks and layers. Fortunately, audit has not found any database errors. That's a good thing. The find outliers functionality quickly shows us that the valid region of the origin is really far away from the geometry. So we can select all those outliers at once and move them to the origin, which is that green valid region, in a single click. Simplify has identified more than 50 polylines, which, well, can be simplified. And then overkill is first going to find duplicate geometry and also zoom to the entity so we can better understand what those duplicates are. And then overkill will identify sets of duplicate block definitions. For each of the duplicates, choose which definition to keep and which one to remove. On the final page of the command panel, we're presented with an overview of all optimizations done to this drawing. And with a checkbox, you can save that report for future reference, or you can share it with others. Another new tool is Point Cloud Classify. Now, the new Point Cloud Classify tool does that. It classifies visible points into multiple classes, allowing us to then easily isolate or hide different parts of the point cloud. So this is a point cloud of an office complex. The scan was captured using a Leica scanner, and after the pre-processing was completed, it was inserted into BricsCAD. In this drawing, a region was already configured to show only the 3-story building, which is what we're concerned with today. Now, Point Cloud Classify can run from the Point Cloud tab in the ribbon, or you can simply type it in at the command line. And there are 4 different modes to choose from. In this example, we're selecting Indoor Simplified, as we're only concerned with the interior of the building. The classification process runs in the background, but it does take some time. And that's going to depend on 1, the size of the point cloud, and 2, the computer doing the processing. When the classification is completed, the display of those classes is controlled in the Point Cloud Manager panel. So now we can hide the unnecessary classes or unwanted scanned objects and display only the classes relevant to our work. Here, that includes the ceiling, the floor, the railing, and the windows. So Point Cloud Classify makes it easier to work with point clouds, especially when you only need to work with part of that point cloud. BricsCAD Pro has introduced practical tools for civil engineers and surveyors since BricsCAD version 19. bringing productivity enhancing tools to the industry in a familiar CAD environment. Now, our focus has been on creating accurate and efficient tin surfaces and grading objects, as well as workflows to leverage GIS data. In response to user feedback and user requests, V24 has built on that and on the GIS import function, and it now makes it possible to round-trip GIS data. V24 can read object data from AutoCAD map or Civil 3D files and import that into an attribute table. Attributes and records can be selected in the table with the ability to zoom to items in the drawing or zoom to the table line for an item. Filter your objects based on attribute data, which then allows you to quickly find the objects you need, and then add to your filter to further refine your data searches. We've also improved the import GIS data function, and now you can create and edit objects using familiar CAD commands, as well as the new transparent civil commands that enable you to enter data in common civil survey formats, including bearing and distance. And then from there, you can add GIS attribute data directly to the existing table. Also new in V24 is the ability to create GIS layers from scratch. Specify the name, geometry, type, and attribute data. Then draw objects using your favorite CAD commands and add them to the new GIS layer along with any attribute data. And when you need to share your data with your stakeholders, select what you want to share and export it to a shapefile. So this V24 functionality assures that you're able to fully participate in GIS data workflows, all within your favorite CAD environment. So we covered a lot of information. As a very short recap, customer feedback was an important part of V24, starting with that new start page, tutorials, and ribbons. And then V24 also includes new tools and updates to existing tools, all designed to help you get your work done faster. Okay, so you've made the decision to move to BricsCAD. Now what? Well, whether you've customized your previous CAD environment or simply want BricsCAD to look and feel like that other CAD program, here are a few tips to do just that. At a high level, there are 4 main steps to a successful BricsCAD migration. Now, first is you need to plan what information needs to migrate. So you have to know what needs to move to BricsCAD. This could mean that you run both CAD programs at the same time or for a short period of time together. Second, you need to execute that plan. Move the content over to the BricsCAD file structure. An important point here is that you need to clean up your customization or content as you do it. What do I mean by that? Well, don't migrate the old list routine that nobody uses today and leave behind all those old template files that use the old company logo. So only bring over what is relevant. Then check that the new BricsCAD environment replicates your previous CAD environment. This is usually the goal, because making BricsCAD function as much like that old system that your users already know is a great way to improve user satisfaction, raise their productivity, and shorten training times for your BricsCAD implementation. Fourth, you'll want to test the new BricsCAD environment on a project. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to complete an entire project from start to finish. Open existing drawings using the open command in BricsCAD. Notice that the look and feel of your drawing is the same. And if inclined, open the same drawing with the other CAD program, have them side by side for comparison. Also do the same thing by plotting them. Plot them out side by side and look at them to make sure that nothing's missing. It's important to understand your current CAD environment before you migrate to BricsCAD. And that means that if you have more than just a handful of CAD users, you may need to have what I call a discovery discussion with some of them to understand what content will need to be moved over. Now, some of the questions that you need to ask are, do you use auto list routines? Do you have custom content, blocks, template files, maybe that have your customized layers or your dimension styles and text styles in them? What about your output? Do you use physical printers, plotters, and paper? Or is everything published electronically to PDF files? Has anyone created custom shortcuts in the PGP file? What about sheet sets? Do you use Sheet Set Manager? What about customized tool palettes? Are they used? If so, are they standardized across the company? Or do individual users have their own palettes? Has anyone created partial SUIs for UI files, customized hatch patterns, or line types or shape files for fonts? So once you have this information, then you're ready to proceed. AutoCAD and BricsCAD use a variety of files to assist with creating your drawings. Line types are read from the .line file, hatch patterns in the .pat files, user interface settings are stored in SUI files, and command aliases are in the PGP file. Now, these files are normally kept in the user support folder, and BricsCAD accesses those through support paths that are already saved in the current environment. So let's start this migration discussion with template files. In BricsCAD, as we saw earlier, the most recently used template files are now stored at the top of the Home tab. You can click More to see the list of what's available. You can click Browse to Custom Template to access that default template folder. So I'm looking for my customized templates, but I haven't brought them over to BricsCAD yet. How do we do that? In this case, copy and paste the customized templates over into the default BricsCAD template folder location. Now, the templates are seen in the browser. We can create a new drawing with that specific template. The templates are also now visible in the list of templates. Keep in mind, though, that not all migration scenarios are the same. Other migration options include placing files in a dedicated support folder and or making pathing adjustments in the settings. Now that we have a new drawing, let's take a look at the drawing settings and options. You're going to open that AutoCAD options dialog to verify specific file pathing and locations. Because remember, the goal is to duplicate the pathing to ensure consistency across your company. And again, depending upon the setup and current environment, there are multiple ways to accomplish this. If the environment is to be duplicated, we want to make sure the pathing is the same in both CAD platforms. The easiest way to do this comparison is to have the options dialog and the settings dialogs open in both programs at the same time, side by side. Scroll through to see the paths for drawing templates, sheet set templates, printer options, tool palette path locations if you use them, and compare them between the two programs. Our recommendation is to create a specific support folder containing all of your customizations and adding that path to the support file search path. Again, while BricsCAD does have its own support folder, I've created a new folder called Internal Support. Now, you can call this whatever you want, just as long as you know what it is and your users know what it is. And this folder will contain all those custom files that you want to migrate. Placing that folder at the top of the pathing list allows BricsCAD to read the contained files first. Now, it's always good practice to double and triple check those settings and paths. Within the internal support folder, I've created other folders identifying them with the items that contained within them. Everything from palettes to plotters, this is where the custom files are stored. And when a newer version of BricsCAD is installed, this folder will be copied to the newer version. So it's an easy way to get to the next version of BricsCAD. Now let's take a look at line type files. These files are found in the support paths. Imperial line types in AutoCAD are found in the acad.lin file with the custom line types stored at the bottom of the file. The corresponding BricsCAD file is the default .lin file. So copy and paste the custom content from acad.lin, paste it into default.lin in BricsCAD. It really is as simple as a copy and a paste. Now, if you work in metric, you'll use the same process with the acad iso.lin and the default iso.lin files. So let's do a quick check in BricsCAD by opening the Drawing Explorer to make sure our custom line type has been added. Yes, there it is. Additionally, we can load custom line type files by clicking the 3 dots at the top of the dialog box. And then finally, let's look at the PGP command alias file. Now I've added a user-defined alias for the flatten command in acad.pgp. Again, it's stored at the bottom of the file. Copy that alias and paste it into the BricsCAD default.pgp file. And now the flatten alias is available in BricsCAD. It's that easy. Now, these are some of the steps needed to replicate your environment in BricsCAD. As you can see, it's a relatively simple process, but the key is knowing what to copy and where to copy it to. For more information on how to do this, or if you have questions on your migration, request the Bricsys Migration Made Simple guide. You can do that right now by popping your email address in the chat window and we'll email it to you, or you can email Craig Swearingen directly. Again, Craig is our implementation specialist. Why is now the time for you to upgrade or buy BricsCAD? Well, Gary has all that information, so I'm going to turn the presentation over to him. Gary?
Great, thanks, Julie, and thank you for everybody for attending the session. I wanted to thank Julie and Craig for putting together this great information about how great the new version V24 is. If you attended any of our previous webinars, the rollout webinar and so forth, you're able to see some of the other product enhancements that we have coming with V24, and areas around civil and BIM and mechanical have all been enhanced. So if you haven't seen that, go to our website and check it out. You can kind of see the full gamut of enhancements with version 24. I've got two things that I primarily want to discuss for the next few minutes. The upcoming pricing and licensing changes that we've pre-announced, and then we are running a promotion for North America Q4, so now until December 22nd for BricsCAD licenses. So I'll talk a little bit about that. Next slide, Julie. So for the upcoming changes, we've got a couple areas that we have pre-announced that we're making changes on to allow you to plan for, and if you've got an opportunity to take advantage of today's pricing, perhaps make some purchases before some of these go into effect. Maintenance will be included with all new license purchases beginning January 1st, 2024. So when you buy a new license of BricsCAD, it will include the first year of maintenance in that purchase. So subsequently, the purchase price you will see go up 20% to include that first year of maintenance. Now, many of you already buy maintenance when you buy the product, and the reason why we're making this change is that we have experienced that customers that have maintenance have a better experience and a higher quality of implementation with our products when they have maintenance attached to their product. It gives you access to support. It gives you access to updates on the product. It gives you access to people at Bricsys that allow you to get up and running quicker. So having maintenance has definitely been a benefit and a higher level of satisfaction than the customers that have maintenance. So we are including that in the first year. The renewal is optional after the first year. We highly recommend it to keep that level of support and service and updates to the current product, but it will be optional in the renewal years going forward after the first year. The second item is pricing and minimum purchase requirements for network licenses are changing. Today, the uplift on a network license is 1.5 times the price of a standalone single seat license. It's going to 2 times the price of a single license. Maintenance will also increase as a result of that because it will include maintenance with that pricing. And we're also making a slight change to light network licenses where we're requiring a minimum purchase of 5-pack for a light network license. So these are adding licenses or buying new network licenses of Lite. You will no longer be able to buy a single seat network license. You must add a 5-pack to your purchase for a network license. One of the other areas of change that we're making is no upgrades from a single user to a network license. Today, you can upgrade a single or a standalone license to a network license. We're removing that option going forward. New network licenses must be purchased. If you currently have network licensings, you can obviously maintain those and keep those on a maintenance contract, but new purchases will require moving to a new network license versus upgrading a single seat. And then we're also making a price change for localization of our pricing corrections. So effective January 1st, 2024, there will be a 5% suggested retail price increase on all products with the exception of Lite. Lite is not changing. We're keeping that product price the way it is today. And the reason why we're announcing all of this stuff early is to give you time to prepare, one, for the changes that are coming January 1st, but also if you've got an opportunity to purchase licenses now at the current pricing, this gives you an opportunity to do that before pricing goes up. Next slide. So another exciting thing that I'm announcing is that we've got a promotion going on for North America for Q4. It actually went into effect October 12th, and it will run until December 22nd. The promotion is buy a new license, buy one new license, and get the second license at 50% off. So any of you out there that have plans for or need multiple licenses, buy one, get one at half off is what the promotion is. It's for new and existing customers, so everybody is eligible for it. There'll be a 50% discount on the second license of the same level. So if you're buying a perpetual license, your second license would be another perpetual license at 50% off. Subscription also qualifies. So if you're buying a subscription license, the second license must also be subscription, and that would be at 50% off. It's for new seats only, so upgrades do not qualify. Network, volume, and standalone licenses all qualify. And maintenance is required for perpetual licenses. Obviously, subscription is not a maintenance product, but perpetual licenses under this program does require the purchase of maintenance. The discount does not apply to the maintenance, by the way. It's only on the licensing. So my suggestion is contact your local Bricsys reseller or Bricsys directly to get some pricing. If you're interested in taking advantage of this promotion, runs from now until December 22nd. And it's a great opportunity to take advantage of not only today's prices, but get a discount on those prices as well. That, I'll turn it back over to Julie.
Thank you, Gary. So if you want to learn more about BricsCAD and V24, please visit the website, bricsys.com. You can watch our recent virtual V24 launch complete with all the keynote and breakout sessions. If you have not yet tried BricsCAD, scan this code here on the left to download your 30-day trial of BricsCAD. Scan this code on the right. We'll give you more information about our new release, and all of this is also found on the website as well. And if you don't know, we have a YouTube channel, so check out the videos up there, as well as follow us on LinkedIn. Craig does a lot on LinkedIn for, especially in North America. And do we have any questions that maybe we need to address as the whole crowd? Craig or Gary, did you see anything?
No questions. I just wanted to make a note. If you did ask a question about anything, it would be in the, we moved them to the Q&A panel on the side, okay, but nothing that we need to address as a group, Julie.
All right, thank you. If you think of something after we close out the webinar, feel free to email Craig, myself, or Gary.
Can we go back? Can we go back to the QR code real quick?
Sure.
I think there might have been some people that wanted to snapshot that real quick.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. And in court, you don't have to do it through the QR code. That's very easy, but all of that information is also available on Bricsys.com.
I think we're good, Julie. Thank you.
All right, great. So thank you all for attending. And with that, we'll just go ahead and do the official thank you slide. Thank you all for attending Why BricsCAD V24 Why Now? And we hope to hear from all of you. Again, remember, if you want that migration guide, put your email address in the chat, or you can send Craig an email as well. Thank you all for attending. Have a very great day.